Our next person, Tyler Ardron, he absolutely loves it. He's New Zealand's own Bear Grylls.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like, I'll take my fly fishing rod and I'll go off on my own for a day, or take the tent and go for an overnight just by myself. So personally, I'd have no issue heading out into the woods and spending a good, probably couple of years out there. I'd enjoy it.
Another thing on your social media page is your list of things that you're into, and it's yoga, sailing, hunting, fishing, mountain biking, motorcycling, then rugby.
Off he goes!
I don't know that they have an order. I love rugby. I mean, it wasn't my first choice sport growing up or anything, so I'm probably not the same as a lot of the Kiwi kids growing up. I don't know where it fits in on those. I think I need a balance of everything. I couldn't play rugby every day, but I couldn't go sailing or hunting for my entire life.
Where did your love of sailing come from? Where did it all start for you?
Well, to be honest, like, I love being out on the water. I've always liked being out on the water, and I got into sailing through going on Yacht Week and doing a bit of partying, and that was a good time. But I actually found out, I was talking to our skipper a lot, learning some things about it, and I really started to like the smaller intricacies of it, and went and did a sailing course, went and spent almost a month in Thailand and just sailed every day, and got my skipper's license all done. And I love being under wind instead of under motor. So I think the whole thing, it's very peaceful. It's quite like going for a walk through the woods.
How old were you when you first went hunting? Is this something that started when you were a really, really young kid?
Yeah, so I think my first memory that I have of hunting, I wouldn't have been maybe like 5. My dad always took me out with him, and so I remember he set me up in kind of an area. He was bow hunting, so we had to be quite close to anything we were going for, and we were out for white-tailed deer. And so I was sitting in one area, kind of getting bored, like twiddling my thumbs, and he was set up in his spot. And we got a deer that night, and we tracked it. There was a lot of snow on the ground back in Canada. So I mean, I started at that age, and yeah, I've just loved it ever since.
And what about the motorcycling?
I lived with Sam Kane for a while last year as well, and he's got a nice Harley. So we've spent a decent amount of time. We actually did an all-day trip just a couple of weeks ago, right before this all happened. So getting to explore, I think the amount of back roads and places in New Zealand I've seen since I got my bike is like tenfold. It's way more than I ever would if you're just driving from one place to another in a car.
When you talk about all of these things, sailing, hunting, the fishing, the mountain biking, and the motorcycling, you're in the perfect country to be able to do all of these things that you love.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. I mean, all of the things I love to do, and the people here have been amazing. Like, I get on with everyone so well. Yeah, I love New Zealand. It's such an amazing place.